Hey everyone, Coach Katie here with Fit Forever, and I am so excited to bring you this macro training. And I think it's honestly going to unlock a lot of things for you. It's probably the key to your weight loss if you can figure this out and make it easy on yourself. I'll be honest, it wasn't until I figured out macros the easy way that I started to lose weight way faster. I think a lot of times we make things really hard on ourselves, but honestly, the answer is just right in front of you. If you can look at a plate and know what is on it in terms of macros, you are going to be able to go out to eat anytime that you want to. You'll be able to eat at home with the kids and have donuts if you want to. You'll be able to not give up pizza nights or wine because you'll know exactly what macros are. And I'm going to talk about them today in terms of how do we look at a plate and see exactly what's on it, see it as macros, not as food, and teach you exactly how to lose weight faster. Okay, I am so excited. Let's dive in. I'm going to keep this short, but stay tuned to the very end because there's an awesome thing I want to talk about at the end as well. I'm going to minimize myself. Macro cheat sheet, your quick and easy guide to balanced eating. It's time to make healthy meals simple and tasty. We created the perfect plate here, your quick and easy guide to balanced eating so that you could eliminate the guesswork when it comes to meals. The easy to follow formula will help you actually start enjoying your meals, and it even makes the planning process super easy. And even better, it will help you on the fast track to amazing results that you've been working so hard for. All right, I help women over 35 balance their hormones and lose body fat. I have a proven program that's helped a number of people over the last 3 years online and the last over a decade in person, helping them about their fitness goals, just reaching them and enjoying the process along the way. If you don't know my story, I lost 70 pounds and I've kept it off, and I did it with a method that I then created called the Fit Forever Metabolic Method. Last page here has some awesome stuff, so stay tuned. How to build your perfect plate. To follow the perfect plate method, all you need is a standard lunch or dinner plate. Simply fill up the plate according to this formula. 50% of the plate should be veggies, like right here. 25% should be starchy carbs. 25% of it should be protein, and a thumb of healthy fats. You can see like an avocado would fit in your thumb, or nuts, and equals 100% healthy eating. How it works: fill up the plate with veggies and maybe a little fruit for half of it. Fill up 1/4 of it with starchy carbs. Those are things like you can see pictured here: potatoes, rice, corn, bread. Even I know a lot of people trying to lose weight are like, I can't have bread, I have to cut out bread, pasta, all the things. But honestly, 25% of your plate can and should be that, and we'll talk about why it should be that. Protein, 1/4 of it with protein, and then a thumb of healthy fats. All right, now let's talk macros, the thing everybody is wondering about. Macros are hard. I hear that from so many women, and that's the party line. But speaking of parties, how many fun dinners did you skip this month, the last few months, because you were on a diet or losing weight? It does not have to be like this. You have to know macros, but you have to know them the easy way without weighing and measuring, and I'm going to teach you that right here. I'm creating this training in December, so this is the month of holiday parties. And I know a lot of people are wondering, how am I supposed to stay with my goals or stay on track with things during holiday party season? I either have to say no to the holiday parties, or I'm not going to be able to actually lose weight this month. Guess what? You actually can lose weight if you can understand macros and what a plate looks like. The perfect plate formula turned macros. Protein. Remember, 25% of your plate needs to be protein. In terms of macros, that needs to be 1 gram per pound of goal body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, your macro goal for protein every single day would be 130 grams of protein if you want to be 130 grams. 130 grams of protein turns out to be about 5 palm sizes of protein. Could you fit a chicken breast in the palm of your hand? Great, that's 1 serving. Do it 5 times and you'll get about 130 grams. So we'll talk more in depth about that. Carbs, 150 grams to 175 grams of carbs on workout days, and 125 to 150 grams on non-workout days. We'll talk about that in a minute. Why is there a difference? Fats, you should stay under 50 grams. That is my favorite macro split for someone trying to burn fat, is staying under 50 grams of fat every day. Some people do well with higher fat, lower carb. I'm talking like 100 grams of carbs every day and 75 grams of fat is another split that you can do. I really love this split, and most people respond well to this one, specifically staying under 50 grams of fat. This would be calories at a deficit of 300 to 500 calories, 300 on workout days, 500 on non-workout days. On workout days, you need more carbs. Carbs act as a car that transport protein to the bloodstream. So there's a car driving down the street and the carbs are driving the car. These are things like rice, sweet potato, bread, fruits, and pasta. Those are all carbs, bananas, things like that. These are all driving cars down the street, and the protein is standing on the side of the street hitchhiking. And it's like, hey, pick me up. The carb car picks up the protein and it transports it to the bloodstream to build muscle. The more muscle that you have, the faster your metabolism is, the faster that you burn fat, the faster that you lose weight on the scale. So you have to get that protein to the bloodstream. If you don't get the protein to the bloodstream, it's just going to hang out without making it where it needs to go. And then you don't build that lean muscle that you want. You can't burn fat. I had someone reach out saying, I know when I'm lifting weights that I'll just only build muscle and that just replaces fat and I'm not going to be able to lose weight. Actually, the fastest way to lose weight is to build more muscle. And that's by eating enough protein and having carbs to act as the carb car transportation system to get the protein to the bloodstream. That's why on days where you work out, you're going to have higher carbs, 150 to 175 grams or 125 to 150 grams on non-workout days. You don't need as many. Where do we make up this extra 25 to 50 grams? On workout days, we have them right after we work out. So right after you work out, a banana plus something else, and we'll talk about some ideas as we get going. But that then therefore makes your calories a higher deficit on workout days and a lower deficit on non-workout days. And I'm talking your deficit, your total calories are going to be somewhere between 1,500 and 1,750 most likely, not 1,100, not 1,200. That is way too low. Your calories need to be higher. Again, if you eat enough of the right foods at the right time of day, your body will burn fat faster. If you don't eat enough food, your body can't burn fat. The protein doesn't get where it needs to go. And now we're not being able to build muscle. Similarly, if you don't eat enough protein and you have too many carbs, like for instance, these are carbs. And people have heard carbs are bad. They are bad when used in the wrong sense. If you're just going to sit here and eat this, there's no protein in here. There's less than 1 gram, it says. 17 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of protein. Now we have a bunch of carb cars. All of these veggie sticks. All of these are carb cars. Now they're driving around in your body looking for protein to pick up. If there's no protein to pick up, guess what happens? It builds fat on your body or stores fat, and then you can't burn fat. So you have to have protein with the carbs in order for both the carb car and the hitchhiker to actually do their job. Now, how does this work? First of all, you need to learn to see a plate of food in terms of macros: protein, carbs, and fats. Those are the 3 macros. We don't care about anything else. You've heard micronutrients. Great. We'll talk about that for gut health on a different day. Protein, carbs, and fats are what make up every single thing that you eat. You can keep reading in this whole guide for examples of all of those 3. Your first goal should be to pay attention to quantity. This is supposed to say quality. I can change that later. This says quality when you're watching this later. Quality food, good, healthy, non-processed foods that are good for gut health. These are all of the examples that you're about to read about if you keep going. Second goal, pay attention to quantity. This is our macro split. And I put my favorite macro split above in the black box. Here's how to break it down into a plate. I wanted to add this because I put this up on Instagram today and it really hit home for a lot of people. I had a lot of messages about this specific post to me, so I wanted to add it because there's a lot of good stuff that I wrote in here. You have the basics down. And honestly, that's the hardest part, making the choice to eat healthy and move your body more. That's the hardest part, just realizing that you have a choice to make and then actually making the choice. What happens when you're doing all the right things on paper and the scale doesn't budge? You've heard trust the process, and you hate that phrase. And I also do as well, because you're working so hard. And if it takes this much work and you don't even get paid to do this extra job of losing weight, is it even worth it? You're missing your occasional glasses of wine and pizza, and you have to say no to your kids and they know that you're on a diet. Like, that doesn't feel good. But here's what you're missing. And the key to getting those pizza slices and wine back, and the immediate answer to losing 10 pounds, you have to learn macros, but learn them the easy way. All foods are made up of macros: protein, carbs, and fats. And if you have the right split of all 3 every day, your body will fire up its metabolism and you'll start burning fat and losing weight. Focus first on protein. You need 1 gram per pound of goal body weight in protein. So we said this already. If you weigh 180 pounds, you want to be 130 pounds, you need 130 grams of protein daily. Most women are only eating 65 to 85 grams. Easy hack. 1 cup of diced chicken, ground turkey, ground beef is 35 grams of protein. I said this all in my next post, so I do want to go on and move on. Veggies, how to track them, how to see a plate. Veggies, still fill up your plate with 50% veggies. As long as you have 3 servings, 3 cups of cooked veggies or 6 cups of raw, like bagged salad. I kid you not, I only do bagged salad as my veggies. I don't chop and dice and saute veggies. I don't have time for that. So bagged salad is where my veggies come from, and I'll do 6 cups of that per day. So like just toss some salad. I don't even measure it. Is it 6 cups? Maybe. Is it 5? Maybe. Is it sometimes 7? Maybe. I just toss some bagged salad on every meal. Or I saute bagged salad. It's already chopped up for me. Turns into like a coleslaw. Okay, you don't even need to track them in the Fit Forever app. If you're watching this and you're in the Fit Forever app, if you're not watching this, it acts very similar to MyFitnessPal, I think, and most people would say it's even better. But the Fit Forever app, you can track your macros in there and hit your macro and calorie goal every day. Well, if you're tracking, don't even track veggies. Like if you make a casserole, don't track the veggies. If you're putting veggies on a plate, don't track them. Don't even waste your time doing that. They show up as fiber. As long as you get them in, you're good to go. They otherwise don't show up as a main macro group. The main macro groups are protein, carbs, and fats. So let's pay attention to those. Your hack for protein: 1 cup of diced cooked chicken, cooked ground beef, cooked bison, ground turkey. A measuring cup, one of them, is about 40-ish grams of protein. Is it maybe 45? Is it maybe 35? Sure, but just learn to see it as a cup of cooked protein and call it 40 grams because you're going to be up or down sometimes. Just average it out at 40. Put it on a plate. Call it good at 40 grams. You don't need to be perfect. Have 3 meals per day with protein at each. Maybe 2 full meals like the one below and a snack meal like a deli meat turkey low carb tortilla roll up or cottage cheese or Oikos Greek yogurt. Plus then have a whey protein shake after you work out and a casein protein shake before bed, and you'll hit 155 grams easily. I will add links for protein shakes here. Carbs, your hack is 1 cup of cooked starch is 50 grams of carbs-ish. Might it be 45 or 55? Sure, but call it even at 50 grams. Have 3 meals per day with carbs at each. Your meal you eat after your workout should have a full 1.5 cups, 75 grams of cooked carbs. And your other 2 meals should have 3/4 cups, 35 grams. Read labels like 1 piece of toast is XYZ amount of carbs or a banana is XYZ amount of carbs. Remember, you have to have those carbs to act as the transportation system for the protein. Fats, we're staying under 50 grams, so just read labels and stay under. Switch from eggs to egg whites, olive oil to olive oil spray, pay attention to dressings, etc. Now for the fun part. If it fits your macros. You might have heard this terminology. It was really popular almost a decade ago. Remember how we talked about quality first and then quantity? I'm making this training in December because December is such a hard time to pay attention to quality. You're out to eat more at parties. Your kids want to have cookies at home. And you don't want to say no to all of that, but you also want to stay on track with your goals. That's why I'm making this in December. I could similarly make it in the middle of or in the beginning of July for 4th of July and say, look at all these barbecues. Memorial Day just happened in May. Now we've got 4th of July. Like, we have to understand the if it fits your macros philosophy so that sometimes quantity trumps quality for a little bit of time. When you're first starting out on your journey, you have to focus on quality of food all the time because your gut is so in so much pain basically from eating things like cheeseburgers and pizza and all of that all the time. You have to help your gut heal. So you have to focus on quality, good, healthy, single ingredient foods. But sometimes that's not possible. So now we focus on quantity. And if it fits your macros and the quantity is right, it's a carb is a carb. So sometimes it's not possible. Don't write your goals off. You just learned how to see a plate in terms of macros above. A carb is a carb, a fat is a fat. 2 sugar cookies is 30 grams of carbs plus 5 grams of fat. A slice of pizza is 36 grams of carbs plus 10 grams of fat. 1 sushi roll, like a 12-count sushi roll, is 30 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat. If your kids want to make cookies, make them, eat them, count it as your carbs and fats for the day. If you want 3 slices of pizza on a Friday night, count it as your carbs for the day, and eat veggies only at the other meals. So your other meals wouldn't look like this. You just would take the carbs out. Should you do this all the time? No. Quality first. But sometimes it's definitely okay to say yes to your kids or yes to a date night. Simple, perfect plate meal ideas. You can look at all of these. I'm not going to go through these because I said I would keep this training short, but you can look at all these ideas of healthy ingredients. Last page, this is really important. At Fit Forever, my mission has always been to help women feel fit, healthy, and strong in ways that work with their lifestyles. It should never be expected that you have to cut out everything or say no to fun, or your kids shouldn't even know that you're on a diet. You should just enjoy life while understanding, honestly, macro is the easy way, is the way to do it. But if you're a person looking for a better way to be healthy so that you can achieve the thing that you want, we want to invite you to experience a simpler, faster, easier approach that's already gotten by typos, and having amazing results. I'd love to be a part of your fitness journey. I know not everyone can work with me one-on-one, and honestly, my list for one-on-one is closed right now. If you're watching this in December, it will reopen, but I have an opportunity for you to be able to work with us in some capacity. Our next 6-week Fit Forever Challenge launches soon. If you're watching this in December, it's launching January 15th. I launch these occasionally, so if you're watching this in February, we'll probably have another one in March. Either way, click to get on the wait list and you'll find out the date of the next challenge launch date. But get on the wait list now. We'll do weekly meal plans and recipe packs, access to hundreds of workout tracks for beginner to advanced, 30-minute workout tracks. I know you're so busy at home, and gym workout tracks, weekly metabolic coaching and trainings that are designed to help you balance hormones, daily accountability tracking in the app, macro trainings that are teaching you how much to eat, when to eat, and what to eat to see weight loss fast, lifestyle habit training to make sure that you keep the weight off, and more. You can join the waitlist and be the first to know when registration is live. It's always $29 for the first 40 women, and it goes up from there. But you can click to get on the waitlist, and if you click this guy right here, you can learn all about the next challenge right here, see what's all included, and it's no commitment right now. Just click join now and get on the wait list. And then when I open up registration again, because I already have 10 women who have snagged those $29 spots for January, when I open up the ability to join it again, you'll be the first to know and you'll get to snag one of those spots. But back to this. Let me know what questions you have. I know that there was a lot packed into the training, but my goal is that everyone can understand how to do this finally the easy way without making it so challenging, and actually get to enjoy their time losing weight as well. And I promise that it's possible. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know if this training was helpful. I would love to be able to make things better for people as time goes on over the years. So just make sure that this is helpful to you. Let me know, and we will see you on the flip side, hopefully in January on the 15th for the 6-week Fit Forever Challenge. We see you then.